Y'all, okay. I think I may have just came into some type of, I don't know, just hear me out, realization or something. I need all my little witchy poos to join me right now, my magic girlies. All right, I need you guys here. Y'all, okay. So I'm the type of person who only works with certain deities and goddesses or gods if they come to me or if I feel like a strong call, okay? Most of the goddesses, gods, deities, whatever, demigods that I've worked with, I've had either them come to me in a dream, vision, strong symbology. Like it's been like sign after sign after sign because I'm one of those people who need like a million signs and then I need more just to make sure that the sign that I saw was my sign. And yeah, I'm one of those people. So, anyways, let me get to the point of the story, y'all. I've heard of this goddess's name for the longest, and I always say it wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm going to say it wrong this time too. But I've just always seen and heard of this goddess, and I was just like, oh, okay, and mind my own business, right? Well, I'm going to make several references to my YouTube channel because there's a video I posted on my YouTube channel where I talked about how I was being called to save a certain dog. Okay, now you guys know I'm a dog lady, bop bop bop, right? Harlow's story is very interesting. If you guys go back on my YouTube channel, you'll see Harlow's story. Originally, I did not want another dog. I've lost Tuda, one of my dogs, early last year, and then I lost Lucy the end of last year. And let's just say I've had enough lost. Okay, I've just had enough loss, and Joe's older, and I was just like, it's just gonna be me and Joe. But randomly, I remember I was on my cycle. It was a really painful cycle, and I came across this dog while I was talking to my cousin, and they were like, this dog really needs help. And for the longest, I was trying to help share the dog's information for this dog to be saved, blah, blah, blah. But right at the end, when I was deciding I was going to go and get this dog because I started seeing dog symbols, and then I was cleaning a sweaty mat, and the sweat was shaped like a dog. I have pictures of it on my YouTube channel. I know it sounds weird, but everybody was like, what the hell is that? Like, that's crazy. I called, and they said the dog was adopted. And so I reached out to the people who helped get this dog adopted. And I said, hey, if it doesn't go well, let me know. I'll take the dog because I felt like there were signs telling me to get the dog. The same lady sends me a message back saying, well, she's good, but we have another dog that really needs help, and she's a lot like this dog. And I guess she thought I was looking for a certain dog that looked a certain way, but I wasn't. I just felt called to save this dog. The dog's name was Willow. And I felt just called for some reason. And they were like, no, but Elanor really needs help. Eleanor's in the same situation as her. And I was like, I'm not shopping for a dog. Like, I just felt called for some reason. And then Elanor just kept showing up, showing up, showing up. You guys, Elanor is Harlow, okay? So I decided to drive an hour to go get Harlow and, take her in. I was trying to also get these other two dogs help. And I found out that one was adopted. The other one went to like a home where they take care of dogs until they're ready to be adopted. Anyways, that's a whole nother story. But there were so many signs telling me to get a dog. No lie. Then I got Harlow on Sunday, right? On Monday, I was fired from my job. I was let go from my job. This girl, it's a whole nother story. I was let go from my job that I was about to be promoted in. Very interesting, right? So it's like once I got Harlow, it's like all these shifts happen. Okay, let's jump into the now. Just hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. I've always been the girl to see crows, bluebirds, hummingbirds, all of that, right? But recently, crows have been like really, like, I've just been really paying attention. The same day I went and got Harlow, I went to my grandparents' grave. And because it's pretty far out, I hadn't been there in a very long time. And I got lost because it's a veteran cemetery, and this crow literally showed me where to go. I know that sounds weird, but I have a picture of it. This crow literally like sit on a post because I was praying. I was like, show me where to go because I'm going to leave. Like, I don't have time for this. And I was told to go, like, I could hear my spirit, like I was being guided to go somewhere, and I found it. And then out of nowhere, I was like hovering around this area. These two men show up out of nowhere, and they lead me right to the grave. It was the oddest thing because the cemetery was empty. It was crazy. Anyways, so let's jump to the future now, right? Present moment now. I've had Harlow for a while now. I think I got Harlow in June. But anyways, the very end of June. And I walk her every morning to get her used, to the environment so she doesn't tear up things in the house, and so we can bond. And you guys, I see crows all the time. I see crows damn near all the time, and I always pay attention to them. But recently I saw a crow that I didn't think was a crow. It seemed like a raven. And that it's very odd because Harlow watches everything and she thinks that she can catch these animals, and I'm like, girl, you cannot catch these animals. But anyways, there was a black feather, huge black feather in my backyard, and I was like, that there's no way that came from a crow. Like, it was just so big, and I've seen crow feathers laying around. This was the hugest feather I've seen, and I was like, I need to pick that up and take that in the house. But before I did, Harlow got a hold of it and chewed it up and brought it in the house. She brought it in the house and chewed it up. I thought that was so odd. I was like, what the hell? I was like, I really do have a little hunter dog. And I was like, okay, side note. So that's a side note, right? So I've been seeing all these animals, and I was like, I think that's a raven. I think we have a raven in our neighborhood for some reason. That's that. Spiders, ravens. Okay, hear me out. I was walking one morning and I saw two keys randomly laying on the sidewalk. I'm like, why are there two keys laying in front of the sidewalk? All my neighbors most of them are older. We have new people coming in that are like middle age, younger. But I'm like, what, two keys? And then I came back the next day and I'm like, these keys are still here. Like, no one's picking up these keys. It doesn't make sense because the lawn is perfect. And I'm like, they would see these keys. And so then, like, the next day, I didn't see them. And I think, like, 2 days later, I saw one key in the grass somewhere else. And I was like, what's happening, keys? So I was like, okay, pay attention to key symbols. And I started seeing key symbols everywhere, like old keys and new keys, just keys. And I was like, okay, keys. Okay, I'm taking note of that. So that's one symbol. You know, I always see cats. You guys know I see cats as protectors and blah, blah, blah. But the two dogs that randomly came up to me in Harlow, I thought that was interesting, especially since that happened on a day that a woman kind of like verbally attacked me. Very interesting because remember before that, you guys, I had shared with you a weird video where I had got up like almost darn near at 5 something a.m. to walk, and there were two, like an older woman, something seemed weird about her. She's like, she stopped and just watched, and there was a man who popped up out of nowhere and just watched. It was very odd. Remember I shared that video with you guys? It's on here. Y'all, weird things have been happening, right? Today, one of my neighbors, she was like, sweetheart, I've been seeing you walk early. Like, please take a weapon with you just to protect yourself because people out here are crazy. I was like, thank you. I need to hear that. But just hear me out, you guys. Like, I've been seeing some of the weirdest symbols and signs. And I was like, there's 2 dogs, and I need to check on those 2 dogs, see what's going on with their story. But I've just been kind of scared too. And then it clicked to me. Taylor, keys, 2 dogs. What's happening? Like, pay attention to the pattern. You know, how Harlow came into your life. It just different stuff. Just pay attention. I'm like, okay, Harlow came in, then change happened. Change was already happening, but then change happened even more so. And my walks with her, I've been seeing the oddest things. And I'm telling you guys, when I used to walk my dogs in the past, I wouldn't see stuff like this. Just like very interesting. And this one goddess, her name just keeps sticking out and coming up. And then I'm the type, you guys know, I do pick a card readings, I do tarot readings. But I started watching readings myself. I always have, but I've started watching them again. And this goddess keeps showing up in different readings that I'm picking, like pick a card readings. And I'm like, okay, hold. I need to pay attention because signs are signing a little bit too much. Okay? The signs are signing a little bit too much. And I'm wondering if those dogs were sent. Just hear me out. Like, it sounds a little woo-woo. But I'm just wondering all these signs, the keys, the raven feather, crow feather. I don't feel like that was a crow feather. And just the 2 odd people. I don't know. It's something. Just hear me out. What goddess do y'all think this is? Because I'm going to give y'all 3. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3. Y'all put it in the comments because I'm going to say it. But I want to know if y'all going to get it first. Because just tell me, what do you guys think about this? Just hear me out because I've been going through my death and rebirth. This is the biggest, like one of my biggest transformations just with the stuff I'm having to deal with. And so I'm just like, y'all, tell me, what do you think? Sorry, Lord of the Rings is on in the background. Lord of the Rings keeps wanting to play for some reason. It's like automatically playing on my TV now for some reason. But anyways, tell me what y'all think. Because, and blood packs. I've been seeing that a lot in visions, and then I've been seeing in movies. It's just everywhere. Hecate? What do y'all think? Also, another fun fact about Harlow is that when I was thinking about adopting her, I kept seeing Elanor, Elanor everywhere. Two of my favorite movies. This is very interesting, very interesting. There is a movie, I think it's called The Haunted Mansion or something like that, or Haunted Mansion. The main character's name is Elanor. For some reason, I was addicted to this movie as a little girl. Addicted. That's one. Then the Haunted Mansion movie with Eddie Murphy. The name is I think there's a name Elanor in that movie, and I believe there's the Haunted Mansion 2. I think Elanor is mentioned. It's either one or two or both of them, okay? But I was getting the strangest symbols, and then I found out one of my neighbors, their little girl, they're newer neighbors. Their little girl's name is Elanor, and I just thought it was very interesting. And then I remember when I was trying to get Elanor groomed, a woman said, "Oh, Elanor, that's the name of my niece." And I was like, because Elanor is an older name, you guys. So that's why I was kind of like, should I change her name or not? So that, it was a synchronicity within itself. And then I named her Harlow. So she still goes by Harlow Elanor Serene. So I just felt like I needed to share that with you guys as well. The name Willow also was synchronistic as well. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay. And I consider her my little hunter girl, my little wolf girl. So I just felt the need to add